All right, without further ado, I bring you the World of Tanks Miniatures Game #2 box set. What makes this nice, first of all, it is pretty high production value, but I'm going to point this out. None of these are in Flames of War right now. This one will eventually come to Fate of a Nation. This one is in Team Yankee-ish. But this was the first World of Tanks product that I know of where the plastics that are in here specifically go to this box set. I've opened it, but I'm going to show you the contents in front of it and discuss those in some detail. Let me show you this. Typical window you would find on a box set. The quality of cardboard is actually pretty high. It is probably the most durable box set that I've seen associated with the plastics that come from Battlefront. So, you then have these boyos. And by the way, the turrets come right off. You can actually kind of see, did they put it on some kind of stand? It was a long stand and they spray painted it with probably an airbrush to get the primer on. The mouse is what most people are going to gravitate towards. I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to play with this in World of Tanks. I'm probably going to just take this straight over to my Girl in Panzers collection and do with it what I should do as a Girl in Panzers fan. So this is going to be a Kuromorimine mouse. My actual favorite tank, the Centurion. Centurion's been with me since I was a child. This one, though, is the World War II or post-World War II variety with the Polston and the 17-pounder. It is not an amazing tank, but you get one. Then again, I've already bought a box of Centurion tank. The Centurion tank is just nice. So there's that. I like this boy. He is the most impressive model in the set, in my opinion. He's got healthy size, nice big gun, a little bit of squeak there. This one's not primed too well. I can kind of see the plastic through the bottom of that really easy. Yeah, I can see the difference in color. Yeah. But that doesn't matter too much because I plan on hitting these with spray paints anyway. This is a T-29. I called it a T-30. They're very similar tanks. This thing is very cool. If it shows up in Checkpoint Charlie, it's probably going to show up as an old ramshackle tank, maybe as a support option, maybe as a cheapo option compared to something else amazing they may make. So, T-29, I like this guy. I'll consider this to be, when I play World of Tanks, I'll probably play Late War Americans, and this guy will be my main heavy hitter. I'll back up with stuff like Chaffies and Easy 8s and call it good. My problem with this guy is it doesn't come with a box of 5. I want unit builders for the IS-3 because those of us who play war games already have a use for IS-3 tanks. This is one of the primary tanks used in the Arab-Israeli wars in 1967. 1967 saw a lot of use of this tank. Most of them are destroyed, but that doesn't matter. Now mine's assembled weird. It kind of, you can't really press the turret down. I'll investigate that. There's probably just some nick in there that needs to be corrected. So, IS-3 tank, very cool tank. Comes with 6 of these dice, which by the way you need more of to play the game because the mouse has a firepower rating of 7. I know this because they posted it online. This is pretty average quality plastic. Holds all the models for you. They're custom dice. They're proprietary dice. You get 1 World of Tanks symbol, 2 blast symbols, and 3 nothing. I hate rolling nothing half the time. I got better than average. 1 World of Tanks symbol, whatever. That counts as 2, I guess, or as a critical. Yeah. So, these are cool little dice. I'll put them with my soon-to-be American. And has a piece of paper that divides the... Okay, what's this? This there is just the beginning. As well as these brand new Leviathans coming over the next year with so many choices. Oh my god. Okay. Let's look into this, guys. So this is coming out. We already have a T-62A. That's already a model. None of the rest of these are old models. The closest we have to an old model in this set is the Centurion, and the Centurion's a relatively recent release. So besides the mouse, we're getting the E100. That is going to be a Late War Leviathan. Same thing with the Rheinmetall Scorpion and the Jagdpanzer, the E100 version. The T95, that's cool. Now that's going to convince me to almost play the Selection University, make models of that for girls in Panzer. M103, M48A5 Patton. Gee, I'm going to guess those are going to be box sets we'll get for Checkpoint Charlie. You know what? I feel like playing Americans all of a sudden. Patton tanks, M103s. Dude, I am inspired. I really am. Oh, yes. The Tortoise tank, that's kind of cool. I don't think that'll show up in Checkpoint Charlie. Definitely a Late War Leviathan thing. The Charioteer tank is unknown to me. I don't really know what the Charioteer is. It looks like an improved Comet of some kind, or an improved Challenger A34 of some kind. Don't know. Or is it A30? I forget. Conqueror tank. Mayhaps that will show up in Checkpoint Charlie. Of course, the British already have their Checkpoint Charlie tank out in the form of the Centurion. Then again, the Soviets are going to have IS-7s and T-10s. The T-10 is a good choice. That's a pretty iconic tank. In fact, the Egyptians used them after they lost those battles in the Arab-Israeli wars. I think the Egyptians got a few T-10s after the fact. The IS-7 is definitely a Soviet penis compensation device. Look at that main gun. It stretches out longer than the tank does. And of course, the classic T-62A. Wargamers have often stated the T-62A is the most efficient tank you can get in any version of a game that plays Cold War, because it's got a good gun, it's decent mobility, and it's cheap. And cheap tanks rule war games. Yeah, go play a war game, you'll find out. Cheap tanks are how you win. So they actually have these things coming out. So I'm going to assume that what they're doing now with World of Tanks is they're going to put their experimental stuff in the World of Tanks. This is a really interesting gamble for them to make. So instead of making like instead of making the guaranteed sale, where they will sell you the tanks that go into units for Flames of War or Team Yankee, they'll make specialist tanks you can buy through World of Tanks. I buy single tank models all the time on eBay. If someone has like a sprue or a thing they're selling, I buy singular stuff. This when I used to have blisters, I used to buy singular blisters. This is not a bad idea. Not at all. And so I like this. I will probably be grabbing an M103. I might be, honestly, I'll probably wait and buy a box of them for whatever you get for a Checkpoint Charlie. The T95 is too cool. I have to get one of those and put it in university colors. Maybe have it fight the mouse. Who knows? But okay, so they have this. This is big. There's an advertisement in here for what's coming out in the near future. I was correct. They're going to put new plastics in first into World of Tanks and then decide how to sell them later with other products. Late War Leviathans. Hell yeah. I kind of like it. I hope this Patton tank comes with the alternate turret for the cheapy Patton tank and the Pershing wannabe. That would be great. But anyway. So you get the rulebook. The rulebook, something tells me when you pop this open, you get 4 different rulebooks. 4 different rulebooks. So in this, you get the classical good old English rulebook, the German rulebook, Baguette rulebook, and Best Nations rulebook. You also get stuff that falls out. It has these pieces of terrain and whatnot. I've never been a fan of flat cardboard terrain. I'll just put that in the bottom of the box as a stiffener. So using Best Nations Rulebook as an example, this is high production quality. This is the highest production book I've seen for the tank style game ever. So, yeah. I see what they're doing. By putting all 4 languages in one box set, they don't have as many SKUs. These guys at Battlefront hate SKU bloat, I swear it. I can imagine why. They're probably a smaller company and they have all these SKUs to balance. It's a very high quality book. Multiple scenarios. I won't be playing in Polish, but I think it's hilarious that they have a Polish rule book that I have. I know exactly what I'm saying here. This is for each different language set. You get the one to hold them all. And you can put your entire collection in here for whatever you have from the rest of your World of Tanks collection. You can throw out the languages you don't speak and keep the ones that you do. These cards. Where's one that says English? Okay. Because I like speaking colonial. All right. So. Okay. I'm going to hand it to Battlefront / Gale Force 9. This is a high quality box. The inside cardboard has a really good grip factor to it where it kind of holds your miniature. Okay, there I made it move. But you see the miniatures aren't going to slide around immediately. Not really glossy like that. And it feels, it's not as thick as the Legend of the Five Ring cardboard boxes. But this is a good cardboard box. Even if I decide one day that I don't like World of Tanks, this box is staying with me. I like this box. So knocking this open. And then, oh, you get plastic insert things. If you want to simulate magical effects or glass or whatever not with some transparent stuff, here you go. They gave me 4 language sets worth. The mouse. I will not be using this in World of Tanks because I hate not being mobile. I don't care about the high hit points or the survivability. There's ways around that. So, there's the mouse. Centurion, Mark II. Probably the cheapest of the tanks. I like the Centurion. I have no idea how I'm going to play it, though. My boy! Got more armor than the Centurion. Has the same speed. Lower initiative. You can fix that. And the same firepower. I like going first, but the IS-3 also has a survivability of 4. We already have stats for the IS-3, though. We know what the stats are going to be like. It's like a front armor of 14. It's got the same gun pretty much the IS-2 does. So it's not super mysterious. It's got the big gun roll. That's nice. I like this American tank. This guy is 98 points, and you can pretty much see why. This guy's a nice all-around average. Cheap enough to have extra team members show up and help him out, too. So, yay. T-29 for the win, as far as I'm concerned. Then again, this is also me. I'm getting a slow, late war American kick rolling on. This is actually what I'm most excited for. They have told us what they're making. And if you ask me, yes. In fact, I want boxes of these. So that's already purchased as far as I'm concerned. I would like one and only one T95. These are cool. If you're a fan of wearaboo stuff, these are cool. You're probably going to see more than just this, but these have my attention. I like them. Although as far as playing like Berlin or after Berlin, Flames of War, the Scorpion is a unique mystery to me, and I like the big gun. Is it better than a Waffenträger? I like British tanks for the most part, but the Cold War ones have a bit of weirdness to them. I'm going to bypass those and just say, hey, yeah, those are cool. You get your Charioteer, you get your Conqueror, you get your Tortoise. That's cool, guy. Russian tanks. This we already have, so this already exists. The T10 doesn't exist in any game that I kind of want to play. I'm willing to bet he might show up in Checkpoint Charlie. These guys for sure, I can guarantee you, these guys, as well as a Centurion, are going to show up in Checkpoint Charlie. Well, I wonder what the Germans are going to get in Checkpoint Charlie. That could be hilarious. Probably Pattons in the Kanonpanzer. Maybe the Leopard 1. That could be fun. But still, I'm looking at this and I am happy because they're going in directions. Now, make note, I don't want to buy everything on this list. Some of you guys will, and that's just fine. Be a badass. But the fact that Battlefront is branching in this direction, I appreciate. I like this more than the product I purchased. I mean, I like my T-29 and everything, and I like my IS-3 and Centurion. Okay, I'll confess, I like my mouse, but it has to be painted in the right colors first. This is sweet. It tells me what I'm going to be playing for Checkpoint Charlie. Thanks for watching my video, and hopefully you have a terrific rest of your day.